How's it going, people? Liam Catterson here with another episode of Angel, with episode number 13 of Season 5. If you guys can hear wind and clattering outside, we've got a huge-ass storm, or at least the north does, and I just wish it would piss off. So yeah, if you could do that, then that would be great. Anyways, yes, we're on episode 13 for season 5, where we've just come off a really emotional episode. It was a really great way to celebrate 100 episodes of Angel, as we had the return and the farewell of Cordelia Chase, and it was just a really just amazing episode. Probably my favorite of this season, especially with Angel versus Lindsay. I doubt we've seen the last of Lindsay. We've definitely not seen the last of Eve, but I expect them to be out of action for quite a few episodes before we do, I guess, get into the final stretch of episodes of Angel's entirety. So yeah, why don't we get into this episode of Angel? This is episode number 13 for season 5. Let's go. Those are growls, so are we getting invaded with vampires? Is Angel up to no good, or
through a protocol? Oh, sorry, must be tired. We've got options. I'll get on it.
It can wait till morning. Eve's vanished. Let's end
just
on
had
a high
a bit
note.
of a glitch.
Calling the patient before midnight on a Friday? Careful, gang. We might get to have social lives.
Speak for yourself. I've got 5 or 6 hours.
Smith Rock retreat.
Oh, God, gone. Don't even start. We got enough work for one night. Let's not worry about yesterday.
Oh, hello.
I guess I had my doubts at first, but lately I've been feeling like...
Don't try and run, Miss Burkle. I'd have to stop you.
Why do you know her name? Why are you
Actually, I
ominous?
came to see your boss. Angel and I are old acquaintances.
Radar for some time now, and jealous.
Name's Angel.
Oh, right. You have soul now.
Oh, they
I
know that
represent a
too.
relatively new agency, Demon Research Initiative, and we think that you might be the solution to our little
Like
problem.
the initiative?
I'm not interested.
We think we know what attacked our boys.
This is gonna influence. Just have someone called Connor. Just send him to the bottom, okay? Hi guys. So I'm guessing that. Damn it!
You want to tell me how a man gets 400 feet down without so much as a dive suit?
Which one of you is Captain Franklin?
I'm guessing he is
Captain's dead.
Who's in charge?
a vampire potentially.
Sort of super soldier, like Steve Rogers or Captain America.
Steve Rogers is Captain America, you a-ball.
We're all that's left.
Spoiler alert!
An ensign, a helmsman. handful
I
of
understood
petty
that
officers.
reference. Spike?
Angelus. Don't let anyone in here.
What's with the dark hair? Damn Spike!
Oh, no. I just ate one.
Ah.
I got you too, though.
Oh well.
That me in Madrid used to be quite the terror back in the day. Haven't heard much of you lately, though.
Haven't heard much of you, ever.
Nostroyev! Scourge of
Ooh.
Siberia! Butcher of Alexander Palace.
Sorry.
I was Rasputin's lover!
Look, I broke these two out just shortly after I got free. Didn't know you were about.
Need their help.
Oh, come on. How hard can it be? Look, forward, back, up, down.
No! Angel's point has been proven.
Tell you what, open and play. Coachman, spare your horses on the loot of your entrails. Get out.
I like
My
the
way.
cojones you have to say that against that jealous. And that's
we don't
what
kill the
happens.
humans till we reach land. Is that clear?
Things made kind of sense. Keep your head down.
Watch each other's backs. Stay alert.
Ooh,
Follow our
echoing
lead.
what Angel
Get
had
out
to
of this,
say.
All right.
Seemed to be this kind of idolization in a sense.
I don't need you to understand every detail. Just know we're fighting on the same side.
See, it's interesting because Angel's still pretty much apathetic at this point in time.
Safe and sound.
Just what's right versus what has to be
Safe and
done.
sound. To understand.
Understand what?
Get answers.
Why we do what we do? How you manage to always...
Oh!
You sure you want to do that, Chief?
Fairly certain I said I'd kill you if I ever saw you again.
Oh, I never doubted you. But you gotta ask yourself, would I really come in here unarmed? It's gonna be some blood spilled tonight. For old time's sake.
It's very, very difficult, especially now. It's like he's getting back at Angel, and
Is that any better?
yeah.
A little bit.
The Prince of Lies is not a slab of meat to be set upon by insignificant maggots.
Put a sock in it.
Uh-oh. I think it's not. No, dude. Oh.
Nein, bitte, ich flehe dich an.
I'll suck the brain from your skull and digest your thoughts like a sour puss.
Oh my God!
About stimulation and control.
Oh shit! Yeah, they need
And
vampires.
cutting into their brains.
That what got the printer's coronet in a twist, didn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Found out you were gonna pop our tops and melon ballers.
They're trying to create an army.
There it
Guys
is.
like you.
You playing both sides against each other?
Spike.
No, I respect that.
Ah.
But if the Yanks are after this stuff too, I'm eating a lot of them.
No, you aren't.
Try and stop it.
He's just trying his luck.
Hey, I'm not getting trapped at the bottom
Difficult.
of the sea.
And I'm not getting experimented on by his government.
We wouldn't do that.
Knife! Knife!
God save the king. Send him victorious, happy and glorious.
What was that?
Oh no! Oh no! Shit!
Wait, what do you mean, wait?
I'm just worried. Ah! Oh shit! Bloody bastard! Bastard! Kick his head. Oh my god. Oh, is that gonna be a fatal wound? And that's.
The only thing that really goes through your head is, wow, this really sucks.
Yeah.
And then you're gone.
I can fix it.
Well, you can, but you can't as well. And it was all in an effort to save him, right?
We're out of air. Crew's not gonna make it if we don't vent.
They swore to give their lives for their country. Just like me.
Oh.
Besides, I'm hungry.
You're still
There
in
we
there.
go. He's
Are they?
he's definitely
You're new at this.
had a difference in opinion.
I'm sorry for what happened. But if I ever see you again, I'm gonna have to kill you.
Aye, aye, Chief.
That's the promise he spoke of.
Take good
And
care of her.
She's a good boat.
It's a sad circumstance, but he, you know, had to do what he had to do.
You're the only one I ever did this to. After I got a soul.
Yeah.
Do I have one too?
How do you get to reap the benefits? I don't.
Didn't think so.
There's no match for Angel.
Come on, Chief. Give me a mission.
He never stood a chance, to be fair, against Angel, but...
No revenge is best served cold and all, but his must have been frozen solid.
60 years.
That's what he was after.
No? Then what was he looking for?
No reason.
Yep. It's sad though, like I said, but... Get off. Yeah, it's just one of those situations, isn't it, where you do feel so bad for the guy, but yeah, Angel was also just, it's not something that he can be content with, but I guess the lives of the many over the lives of the few do apply here, and it's always a very, very devastating notion, that, but all that hope, all that devotion, etc., that got washed away and filled with hatred, and it stings. So yeah, this was a pretty it was a good episode. I wouldn't say obviously it would go up there as my favorite episode this season. It was a nice kind of isolated episode, I guess, in a sense, because obviously we had quite a lot of this episode focused flashback territory, and Lawson appearing present day terms, but there is, like, especially with this whole what we're fighting for, I guess, mantra, that kind of does paint some relation to what's been going on with the season, especially, and Angel's goal, especially since we're coming towards the back part of the season. So yeah, but it was just very, very interesting, especially with Lawson and Angel, with him as well in the flashbacks, especially when you consider episode 2 of season 2 and how empty he was, how self-preserving he was. Obviously, getting the sub back and rescuing everyone was top priority, but and he had to save Lawson in order to save everyone else, as well as return to the surface. But with thinking back to that episode and his actions there, because it's only like, what, less than 10 years before episode 2 of season 2, you do have an idea that this was all Angel looking out for himself rather than everyone else. He wanted to get back on land. Of course, the others would survive, etc. And ultimately, that's like Lawson at that time, he would look out for his people. But I don't think Angel really gave a shit at that moment with Lawson and his ideals of his crewmate. He was more so looking out for himself, but if he was able to save them, then fine. But at that moment, he wasn't going to lose sleep over it. You have to remember about his emotions back in season 2, episode 2, and how he responded there as well. So obviously, Angel has evolved since then, but it's just something that I was just remembering because that took place in the episode 2 of season 2. That episode took place in the 1950s in terms of its flashbacks, and I'm just and you could just see kind of the similarities in terms of the tone, the defeated atmosphere for Angel to that episode. So yeah. But I really did like how this episode, like I said, is more so focusing about, you know, what we're fighting for, the purpose really of my life. And there is such a contrast with Lawson, with how there is that hope, there is that devotion in terms of life, and just, I don't know, your progression in life compared to when he got turned. And he spent 60 years without purpose. So yeah, it just makes you think, especially with what Angel had to say. He was looking for a reason about how he just wanted it all to end. It's that famous immortality talk, really, because obviously vampires, you know, unless something bad happened, etc., then they were essentially made to walk the earth for eternity. And with Lawson, he had ideals, etc. As a human, as a vampire, he just wanted to feed, etc. And there is this defeated atmosphere where you just think, why am I alive? And yeah, I just really thought this was a pretty like, it was a pretty good idea to understand that Lawson is basically in Angel's shoes without a soul, I guess, in terms of and I think that's what makes it worse, with him just wandering the earth for the past 60 years, just trying to find this purpose, and is cursed. And yeah, because Angel, when he got his soul back, he was no longer Angelus, and well, when he got his soul, should I say, not when he got his soul back. That's a different discussion, but you get the idea. When he had his soul integrated into him, he I think the opening shot before the assuming initiative barged in, he was just sat in a very isolated and grim atmosphere in terms of a room. And obviously, you think back to season 2, episode 2, and how deflated he was then. Angel didn't really have a purpose then, in terms of what he was fighting for. But it's a lot more worse, I feel like, with Without Soul, because there is a lot more of that hatred. There is a lot more of that negativity that surrounds you. And it's literally, for Lawson, I feel like it's going to be like an itch on your back that you can't reach every single day, every single second, because there is more of that resentful drive, whereas things are a lot more balanced, I guess, with Angel, until he was sent to look for Buffy, and then, of course, Shang-Chi Prophecy with Wolfram and Hart. So there is just this curse for Lawson, and like I said, it all goes back to immortality. Like, would you want to be immortal? Would you, like, especially if it comes to loved ones? Obviously, being immortal without the whole vampire inclusion, you've got a soul, etc. So, you're more likely to wind up like Angel, where you're just devastated, defeated, and just don't care. But it all goes back to that idea of immortality. You're just left wandering the earth, and it's not all glorious, etc. Yeah, death is a fearful subject, but it's not all glorious just being alone, and especially for Lawson, who was so devoted to having a mission. It was driving him up the wall, and it led to the idea of him wanting Angel to put an end to things. So thus he finally visited Angel, and yeah. So yeah, but it was just very interesting, this episode, especially some of the scenarios that happened, like Angel having to size someone with a soul. So obviously that's not been done ever for Angel, apart from this moment. So, yeah, and like I said, I feel like there is a lot more of a selfisher drive in siring Lawson, since he was the only one who could do, since he was the only one that could really have Angel and Co. step back to the surface. But like I said, the more you think about it and the more you think about Angel in that time frame, the more you think about how he was doing this more so for himself rather than anyone else's gain. So, yeah. If they lived, then he wouldn't really... It wouldn't really matter if they lived or died, really, as long as he returned. So, yeah. But... yeah, it was just very, very interesting. You had Lawson. He's been wanting this mission. Past 60 years, it's just been meaningless. It's just been empty. And it's, yeah, all led back to visiting Angel, the person who took away that mission, that purpose, that meaning, and has kind of trapped him in a sense. So, yeah, but also you had the whole idea of this obviously taking place in World War II, and you've got both sides wanting to utilize the most out of vampires for their own cause, really. So, yeah, I really thought that was a very interesting aspect. Like, it wasn't just like it was both sides, and obviously. I'm guessing a few more sides would be aware of the purpose of vampire existence, etc., and see that as a beneficial gain. But it was very, very interesting to have that aspect be to crop up and say and see how the Americans, how the Nazis, they were like, vampires, that could be very, very, that could give us a push in this war. So, yeah, it was very, very interesting stuff. I also thought the utilization, like bringing Spike into the flashbacks, very interesting concept, especially with the black hair. I do kind of wish we got to see Lawson and Spike in the present day, especially with how different Spike was compared to 1943. And it's just very interesting when you think about how the turntables basically with Lawson and Spike, because Lawson now has is without a soul. Spike, on the other hand, he has a soul. So, yeah, it that could have added to the tragedy as well, further, I feel, because it's already tragic when you see Angel being able to run Wolfram and Hart, and you as the viewer know that Angel has this mission, etc. And Spike really does have a mission as well. Well, he did have that belief in the Shanshu prophecy, etc., but he also died saving the world. So there's a lot more of that tragic element there with Spike having a soul, Lawson just being left out in the cold. So, yeah, but yeah, very, very interesting stuff with this episode. Like I said, I wouldn't say that this episode is going to be considered as a pinnacle for season 5 or the entirety of Angel, but it was very interesting to tie this into what is currently going on and asking the question, what is our drive? What are we fighting for? As well as there seemingly being some cool references, because you had this Demon Research Initiative, which I am 99% sure that is in relation to the initiative. So, yeah, because it does, I mean, you've got this organization using vampires and I guess demons, really, for their own gain. And they've been keeping tabs on Angel, etc. So I wouldn't be surprised if they were if they were actually the initiative. So yeah, but also I really love the callback to Angel being sent to the bottom of the ocean. Angel even Spike even made a mention about being experimented on by the government. Words that won't age like fine wine. So yeah. But yeah, I really thought this was a pretty interesting concept. There was that sinister moment with Lawson and Fred as well. So when he was asking her, etc., regarding her time with Wolfram and Hart, and there was a moment with Gunn where he glitched out seemingly. So I mean, I feel like they would include that if he was, tired or whatever. I feel like that's leading to something more which will open those kind of worms on another day. But yeah, that's suspicious. But yeah, I thought this was a pretty neat episode, pretty tragic for a tragic backstory for Lawson. But yeah, what a really, really interesting concept that we explored, and yeah, pretty good stuff. So I will see you guys next time. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. You can check my videos on the right if you want to check out more of my content. You can also subscribe to my media feeds and channel if you want to. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. Hope you guys take care, and I will see you guys next time. Toodles!